Welcome back to the channel, folks. Vital Aspect Gaming presents another episode of American Truck Simulator, and we're here in Montana, finishing up this state. We've discovered all 12 cities, and we're going to finish up this state with a pickup of some logs that we're going to take over to Oregon in a 14-hour trip across the country. We've adjusted our wheel settings to a little bit more realistic, a little bit more hardcore, a little less trailer stability, so the realism is increased in the driving. Try to adjust the brakes as well. We are headed over here to Thompson Falls, Montana. Where we are going to pick up a trailer with logs on it. So, I'm going to take that over to... Where is it again? Well, we're going to be taking it to Oregon along the coastline. Again, it's a 14-hour trip. So, I don't recall the city name. We'll get the destination when we pick up the trailer as we put it in our GPS. And that's going to wrap up here at Montana. And we're going to move over to Oregon. We're actually working on building our sim rig cockpit, which will take a few more weeks to increase the realism and move this location from the desk setup that we have here to an actual nice sim rig cockpit. And we're going to be adding in the shifter. We've got the shifter knob and the clutch pedal. We're going to be adding in the 18-speed shifter. I'm getting used to that. We've been driving in automatic here for quite some time. Almost 200 hours to date. Well, not that much time behind the wheel, but we played on the controller. I actually first started playing this game on the Steam Deck. That's when I got hooked on it. We increased the force feedback, and boy, I tell you, it really shows. I can feel it. Especially in these off-road conditions. We'll go here and pick up this log trailer. Whoops. Shoot. That's alright. We're going to take a little tour around this facility. That was a shortcut. Found a shortcut. Trailer's all the way back here, and we got to take that thing out with us. On this hardcore mode settings, almost is what it is. I actually got my settings thanks to Roan Gaming. Shout out to Roan Gaming. I will put a link to his channel in the description. My wheel settings, my Moza wheel settings and base and inside ATS are almost pretty much identical to his. So if you want to know what settings I'm using, go over to Roan Gaming and check out his video he uploaded a few months ago for the Moza R5 ATS and settings. Alright. I'm going to go here and pick up a log trailer for the first time. See how this goes. So again, we're going to take, what job was it? Let's take a look here. It was the freight market. And to Coos Bay, Oregon. 14 hours and 30 minutes, 779-mile trip distance here. For $27,000. We're going to take that job. And we're gonna go get our trailer now. It's already loaded up. What a challenge they made this turn out to be. What a tight space to pick up a logging trailer. It's all right. I think we got it. All right. Go ahead and use our mirrors this time. All right, there it is. Let's get it out of here safely now. And we have 14 hours and 32 minutes. I think we have enough gas. We're going to see if we can push this 1,300 gallon gas tank to the limit. We're about 3/4 full. I think we'll make it to Oregon on one tank of gas. So we got to take it easy getting out of here. Let's take a quick look at our logging trailer. And there you have it. There is our logging trailer. And we're going to set out on our journey to Oregon, 14 hours away. Whoops, sorry, I didn't know I had the wheel cam on already. Alright, we gotta take it easy getting out of here. We got a long ways to go. So, enjoy the ride. See what sights we can discover along the way. Increase the rough terrain settings and the bumps, so it's a little bit more realistic now. Adds to the immersion, of course. So again, 777 miles, 14 hours and 29 minutes for this leg, this journey. This will be the longest drive on our record so far, I believe. Oh wow, did you see that tree being taken down? Tried to catch it. It's behind us. We're taking down trees right there. Whoa, whoa, keep it on the road. Okay. These bumps are... You gotta slow it down through here. Trailer stability is only at 70 now. So we're using a little bit more difficult driving settings, a little bit more realistic, and I can definitely feel it for sure. Looking forward to the sim rig setup because we're going to be having a real chair rather than using the computer desk chair, the gaming chair here. More of a different, a real cockpit chair, so that'd be something to look forward to. We're almost out of here and onto the road. The cat is worried about this bumpy ride and still has not asked me to feed him yet. So, saved me a lot of money there, buddy. Thanks. Right, finally off of this rough terrain. Oop, there's the cops. I don't know what everybody's doing. Really? Come on, man. I don't know what people are doing here. They're letting me through. I appreciate it. All right. We're on the road. Beautiful scenery here in Montana. Trying to get a hang of this Force feedback we have now set to 175 in ATS. Before we were at 120, so I can really feel the difference. Especially with this big wheel here. All right. We gotta quit holding up traffic. That train just popped out of nowhere. Did change our view. It's a little bit wider, so you guys can see the mirrors a little bit better. At least the one mirror. I can see them both now, which was different from before. I think it put me a little bit off on my field of view. I might need to switch that. We got to switch over. We'll see our route here, what we're going to take for this first part of this long trip we have going on here. I don't know why it keeps doing that. These brakes. And that bus just stopped for no reason. Boy, the rain is coming down. Oh, we got thunder. We got thunder as well. Right, I think I got it. I had to change my field of view here. It was a little bit off. Really throwing me off on my driving. Whoops. Touching the mouse now and everything. All right. We're back in business. I really like the sound of that thunder. It is pretty nice. We must pull in for a vehicle inspection at the wait station up ahead. Whoops, sorry folks. I didn't know it was on the left side. Vehicle gross weight 82,668 pounds. Let's continue our journey. Let's go ahead and see really quick our route that we're going to be taking to Oregon. Let's take a look at the route here. And so we're going to be taking the 90 west. We're going to be going through Spokane, Washington, Kennewick, And all the way, that 90 is going to take us all the way down to Kennewick. We're going to transfer over to the 82 going south, and then back over again west on the 84 to the Dalles and Portland, where we are going to hit the 5 and come down south on the I-5 from Portland, switch over on the 20 and take the 101 along the coastline to Coos Bay, and the 101 going south, which we can also take that all the way to San Francisco if we wanted to. But we're going to take it to Coos Bay, Oregon. And again, our total trip time, what remains, is 13 hours and 9 minutes. So let's get this show on the road. I think we may try to see some sight along the way. And we'll take a look here in a moment. See what sights we can find. Welcome to Idaho. We are passing through Idaho now. The old engine brake on all the way downhill here. A lot of curvy roads on this route that we're taking as well. Well, the rain is really coming down, huh? At least for the last 100 miles it has. We've traveled about 100 miles so far, just a little bit over. I swerved and kind of spooked that other truck just a moment ago when I was trying to get some camera angles. Really got a swaying truck now, these settings, but I like it. It's I wish the weather was better. Once the sun comes out, I think it will be a lot nicer. I get used to it. There's some lightning bolts off in the distance today. So we're using the RTX 5070 here. You can bypass the next weigh station, that's great. We're using the RTX 5070 here. You can see it right over there over the steering wheel, the box on the shelf, the MSI OC Gaming Trio, sorry. And it's been working out pretty well, but I built the other PC, the rig, for the sim rig setup, and I'll be making a video on it here soon for the channel as a part of our journey into building the sim rig cockpit and everything and all that. So in that setup for the new PC, we're going to have a AMD Ryzen 7 9800X 3D and a GeForce RTX 5080 Founders Edition that we acquired on a deal by trading in a PNY 5070. Traded it to a friend, to an individual, and we traded it for the 5080 plus a little cash extra, of course. But I really, all in all, got a hell of a deal on getting that card for this setup. Altogether, I actually paid below MSRP. So it was really great to do the deal, and it was a sealed package, and we'll have the unboxing of that in the video for the PC build, which will be a tutorial video, which will be a little bit stray off from this channel, but I think you guys will enjoy it. And I will give you a cost breakdown of what it costs to build that PC here today in 2026 as well. So stay tuned for that. But for now, let's finish off this drive. 11 hours, 12 minutes to go, 590 miles remain. Looks like we got a wreck up here up ahead. It's hard to see. I don't know what they got going on, but I gotta get out of here. Looks like they might be trying to chase somebody or something. Hard to see in the rain. Well, the rain has finally let up, and we are 10 hours and 20 minutes away from our destination. If we keep our eye on the road, we won't miss our exit. Beautiful green scenery here. So we are currently right here, going south on the 90, and we're almost to Kennewick. So we're about a third of the way through this trip so far. Having a little fun there, trying to get some Jake brake action sounds going on. The windows down. Just under 500 miles left to go on this trip. So again, we're back over here near the Yakima River over in Washington, where we were just previously in the state before, Montana. If you haven't seen those episodes, I suggest you go check those out. Beautiful sunset behind us. Yeah, trying to keep it on the road here. Very hard to do these settings, but just takes a little practice, that's all. Just a little more practice. We'll start making some driving academy videos too once we have the sim rig set up. Got another train over there off to the side, having a race with us. Always trains here in ATS. Haven't played the train sim world in a while. We're gonna get back to it this week, don't worry. We're gonna put something out there. We've been kind of hooked on Retro Rewind, the video game store rental store simulator, which was pretty addicting, and having a lot of fun with that. So if you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. We just hired our first employee on episode 3, so go give that a view when you get a chance and see some of our more funny content as well. See that trailer swaying? The whole truck is swaying now when you hit the corners, so we got to be very, very careful how we're driving. Oof. Especially with that 80,000 pounds of logs on there. Yakima Bend, 1 mile. Six hours and 58 minutes left on this trip. 359 miles to go. We still have about 2/3, or still almost 3/4 of gas tank left here. So I'm not concerned at all. Doesn't even look like the gauge has moved, honestly. I think we've been here before. The Dalles. Yes, we've been over here to the Dalles before. We saw this on our Washington trip, I believe. The Dalles was a most southern port of Washington. Southern point of Washington, sorry. One of the more southern points. Cool showboat over there. And we already have this viewpoint marked off on the map. So I think we were here during our Washington series. And we're heading over to Portland now. We got 25 hours left for this. I think we can have our guy take a nap so we can get some daytime. Ooh, let me see. I'm gonna stop right over there on the rest stop real quick. This guy gets some rest. We'll get some rest for the daytime. Turned off the light mods and they still sometimes, oh, they don't look blocky now. They do if you go out the vehicle, they do. Not a lot of room over here for the sleepers. Maybe. getting some rest. Getting a little rest there. It is morning time now. Now we can see the daylight and finish this journey off. 6 hours and 31 minutes left, 326 miles to go. And we have 15 hours to make this delivery. Right, we're back on the road. Roll those windows up. It is loud in here. Hopefully this takes us to where we need us to go. Looks like we're going the right way. Passing back through the Dalles. Heading towards Salem and Portland, Oregon. Got a train up ahead. Here's the Dalles. Nice little waterway here in southern Washington, I believe. Trailer's hanging too far over, huh? Okay. Guess we clipped that guy going around the corner there. Oh, now we're on top of this thing? Oh, it's just a freeway entrance. Thought we were on that big old dam that we saw at night. We passed by, I think it was a Yakima. Way station up ahead. Maybe we'll get another pass. Probably not. We only get one pass. Or they need to just weigh once a day. So they'll have us pull in here. Still the same weight, 82,374 pounds, just a few 100 pounds less because of the fuel consumption. But other than that, guy's trying to cut me off. All right. Again, 6 hours left to go, 310 miles. Shouldn't take us too long. Enjoy the drive here through Oregon as we approach. And we're headed towards Portland, so we'll stay in this lane. Get over one, actually, doesn't matter. Little traffic jam going on here anyways. And the cat's like, man, why is there so many people on the road? Why is there so many people on the road today? We're headed towards Salem, so we can stay in this lane, follow the truck in front of us. Guess we're all going to Salem. Here we are, Salem, Oregon. We're now getting on the I-5. We'll start heading south on the I-5 from Oregon. So we should see some coastline, an Oregon coastline, which also should have some nice views. Going down the 101. This guy's got no climbing power. And this double-decker bridge here. Pretty cool. Oh, we should have stopped for a viewpoint in Salem. Maybe we'll knock out Oregon next on our all over the map series. Speeding here, going 70 miles an hour at a 55. And 37 minutes, 226 miles to go. Sorry about that. Looks like we may have had a camera glitch for who knows how many miles. But we're back on the road here. And we are in Salem. Let's take a quick look and see if there's a viewpoint that we can hit over here that we have not yet. Not in Salem. No viewpoints. There may be one right over here in Newport along the way we can hit. So we'll try to get that one. Making sure my camera is still working okay this time. Salem discovered. That is 5 of 10 in the Beaver State, apparently, that we have discovered. We driven through Salem in the past when I first started playing the game. Again on my Steam Deck, going back and forth between California and Oregon. Slow down, the cops are there. We can't afford any more $2,000 speeding tickets. Oregon is another beautiful state. Then we're traveling south on I-5. Viewpoint didn't take us too much extra time off our route, only about 10-20 minutes, so that's good. So we'll be able to see a nice sight here up north of Newport, Oregon, possibly a beach viewpoint. What I'm hoping for would be nice. Welcome to Albany. We are in Albany, Oregon. We're going to take this exit right up ahead here. If you look on the GPS on the dash, and it's going to be this one. Why it keeps beeping at me like that? Yeah, turn that warning off somehow. All right. Just making sure my colors are still okay. Not my colors, but my cameras. Alright, we're headed now 4 hours away from our destination. Towards Newport. Well, our destination is not Newport, it's Coos Bay, Oregon. It's our destination. We're headed over to a viewpoint real quick before we drop down the Oregon coast along 101 South. Factory over here, Georgia Pacific. Very large facility they got. Don't want to make another head-on collision like we did a couple episodes ago. We've been with a fire truck this time if we had. So getting up to the windy Oregon mountains here, and we're almost to the crossroads up ahead, and you'll see we're going to make a right at the next intersection we face, and we're going to make our way over to that viewpoint before we drop down 101 South along the Oregon coastline. It is Wednesday, 12:35 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time in the game. We are now in Newport. Just cut through the gas station here and avoid all these people. I guess we're all turning right anyway. Turn left here to get to this viewpoint up ahead. Whoops, I'm going 41 and a 45 now, and they're ripping me off here. I must have just been gone over the 35-mile speed limit right at the end where he caught me. The cop was just right behind me, that's why. Set me up. The guy set me up, man. Yakina Head Historic Lighthouse to the left. So that looks like it may be where we are headed, is to a historic lighthouse. Can't read that name. We'll see it when we get there. The Yakuna Head, I think is how it's pronounced. Oh, there it is. Look at that beautiful lighthouse here on the Oregon coast. Oh man, what a stunning sight this will be. Let's enjoy the scenic viewpoint here in the North Oregon coast. Yakina Head Lighthouse and the Oregon coastline. The Pacific Ocean off in the distance. All right, well, there you have it. Yakina Head Lighthouse. So, let's go ahead and get back on the road. There's only 3 hours left. Done with this trip. And 34 miles to go. So again, we're going to be heading down the 101 south here. Should get some good coastline views on the rest of this journey. We are in Newport, in the historic bayfront town of Oregon. Post office, 7-Eleven, Claire's, a pawn shop, and the Village Inn. Oh, and a Whataburger. You got a Whataburger here in Oregon. Haven't been there in a long time. Not since Texas. like the Denny's there. It's got a burger spinning around in the parking lot. We got an Amazon truck. It's not blue, it's orange. Very different. We are here at the historic bayfront. And we're going to be crossing a bridge. Yakima Bay Historic Bridge. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a sight to see? All the boats docked there off to the left. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Supercuts. Looks like we have a lot of coastal trail entrances and aquariums and maybe some beach access. Getting around all this traffic here, I think, today. Oh yeah, we just passed everybody. We got an oversized load up here, slowing everyone down. That was pointless. Here we go. We have the Oregon coastline here off to our right hand side, and it is looking pretty nice. We're going to slow the truck down just a little bit here and check out these views here off to the right hand side. Of sand dunes and different foliage and livery out there, looking pretty nice. We're only 2 hours away from our destination here in Oregon. More beach access here. Another bridge. We have another viewpoint up ahead. We're going to catch a nice coastal viewpoint right up ahead, folks. On our way to Coos Bay. It's right here. We're going to stop right here and get this viewpoint. We got to do it. Here we are in Thor's Well on the coastal side of Oregon. Cook's Chasm is also here. Look at that stunning view of the Oregon coastline here at Thorswell. Scenic viewpoint on the South 101. Right, I think we are good. Let's get back on the road. We only got an hour and a half left. We're almost there. Drop these logs off and call it a day. Cat wants to check out the views. Another windy road here we got. For the rest of our trip is going to be a windy road indeed through the Oregon coast. One says to go slow. Alright, we made it through that maze so far. We've got a tunnel coming up here along the coastline. Whoa, whoa, what's this guy doing? Jeez. This guy's driving on the wrong side of the road over here. And that lake is black. Another bridge here. "42 minutes left. We're almost there, folks." Another logging facility here in Oregon. Why'd they get my logs if these are just right here? Interesting. And more trains. Guess it's stopping us up here or what? Yeah, looks like it. that's a slow train, guys. Not too bad. Let's continue this journey that we're almost done with. And one of the longest drives in American Truck Simulator here at Vinyl Aspect Gaming. We're just now almost into Coos Bay, where we're going to be dropping off this 82,000 pound load of logs that we hauled all the way from Thompson Falls, Montana. I gotta get out of this lane. These guys do not know how to... There's a lot of trucks here. Oh, Coos Bay discovered. Looks like everybody's dropping off here now. Arriving to their delivery destinations. And mine is only 15 miles away, 14. "20 miles an hour is the speed limit here. It's very different. So as you can see, the cities, when you get in the cities here, that's where you start to see the graphics quality kind of dipping with all the other traffic and things going on. That is the 5070's performance, again, on the 5120 by 2140 monitor that we're using. Sorry, 5120 by 1440 monitor that we're using. The MSI 49-inch QD OLED ultra-wide 240 Hz. 32:9 aspect ratio. But we're presenting in the view to you in 21:9. So you don't get all of what I see, but you get most of it. I actually got my heads-up displays on both the left and right side, and I can see my right side mirror. And I can see about another extra foot off to the left side of the left mirror that you can see at home. So that's the benefit of having this ultra-wide. And once we get the sim rig setup built, the view is going to be coming from over my shoulder as well, so you can see the view of the whole setup that we'll have going. Not sure if I want to do triple monitors. I don't think I do. I think I'm going to stick with a large one. If anything, I might switch over to the 45-inch just because it's wider top to bottom. But I do not know yet. We'll see as the sim rig journey where it takes us. Well, we didn't get in any wrecks. Almost got in a few, but we didn't. We kept it on the road for the most part, and we didn't have any issues. driving too much today, besides us stopping. Gonna have to get over here soon anyway. Got a left-hand turn to make just up ahead to the facility where we're going to be dropping off these logs that drove 780 miles across the country. So, let's see what we can come up with. Oops, sorry, sir. Taking up a little extra of the road here. You fit in there. Fit in there just fine. Here we are at the Rustic. I'm pretty sure it's the same kind of facility that we brought these logs from. Let's go ahead and see where they want this trailer. All the way back there. That one looks even harder. I'm going to go around. Hopefully we can just line it up from the other side. We'll see. Nah, it's going to be pretty easy, actually. There we go. So, not too bad. $27,000 we earned on that job, and we're almost halfway through level 20, so we're doing pretty good. Again, thank you all for tuning in to the channel. We will see you next time here at Vital Aspect Gaming for our next drive across the country, an American Truck Simulator.